Hey guys, Chad Lyman here, Progressive Force Concepts, Code 4 Concepts. I'm here with one of my friends, Vinny Magalhaes. Vinny has been a guy that I've lived in Vegas for a long time. He's a guy I've followed, and as you guys know out there, as a police officer, I really believe in training a lot outside the department and seeking out guys like this who can make me safer and make me go home to my family safer. Vinny, what's 2 or 3 benefits of training jiu-jitsu or training with you?
Well, I do have like students that are actually police officers, and I usually get feedback from them and saying that, in a situation where they have to not get into fights, but if they have to get into situations get a little more aggressive, they're able to control the situation without having to hurt, the other person, and especially defend themselves without hurting themselves, through that, the altercation, or however you want to call it. So as a police officer, it probably give more confidence, when it's time to stop somebody. And not just that, there's the health benefits of training jiu-jitsu too, because it's a great workout. It's gonna get you in shape. So like I said, I feel like mainly, especially when you're a police officer, you want to be calm, especially when in the streets, you want to be calm, be able to control the situation without getting yourself tired, without hurting the other person, without hurting yourself. So there's nothing better than jiu-jitsu when it comes to self-defense, to help with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as law enforcement, as police officers, guys, our job is control and then handcuffing, right? So if I don't have a martial art, for lack of a better word, or a training system that gives me control over an adversary, striking's great. I'm not telling you not to strike. In fact, I would encourage you to follow Vinny Magalhaes at Professional Fighters League and see all the stuff he can do, whether it be striking or grappling. But in that law enforcement context, you've got to have a grappling background or base. Vinny, also, as you've trained over the years, how's that helped you, emotionally, if you're in some kind of conflict, even if it's a prize fight? Have you noticed a difference from the first time you had to fight till now? Now you're a pro years later after a lot of training. How do you feel emotionally when you're competing?
Well, nowadays, it's a little bit easier. I've been competing professionally for over 13 years, 14 years, nearly 14 years now as an MMA fighter. But, before that, I was already doing jiu-jitsu since I was a kid. And I don't get nervous anymore, of course. At this point, it's just it's not a day in the office type of thing. But training is actually the biggest factor for me. It was always a stress relief situation. So with the training, I could have just stopped thinking about all the stress in life. Back when I was younger, going to school, things like that. And there's all kind of benefits for jiu-jitsu, stress relief. And it's funny because I just asked about how I feel in competition. I don't feel nervous at all, and I feel like that helps in other situations too. To give an example, even though I'm a professional fighter, people think, wow, this guy, he's a troublemaker, he's a fighter, so he might just get into a situation in the street and never got into a fight. It's exactly because of that reason, because the fact that I have the martial art experience, I never felt the need to, be into those situations. And I've always been able to avoid even oh, this guy wants to fight, I just walk away. I never had the need to, get involved with any kind of problem since I was a kid, since I first started training jiu-jitsu. So I feel like there's all kind of benefits for you to train martial arts, but in general, just makes you more of a calm person, because that, you have the potential of hurting somebody even if you don't need to.
So I've experienced the same thing as an officer from year 1 to year 20 plus now. I'm much more calm, I make better decisions, I'm less likely to overreact. And the reason that I can use less force is not that I'm being nicer, but it's that what I use actually works. So that's a benefit to me because I'm safer. It's a benefit to the community because I'm handling the bad guy better. And last, it's a benefit to the bad guy. And the bad guy's the one I'm worried about last, to be quite frank, because he's the one trying to harm me. But because I train with guys like this, it makes my job, I'm 100% better at my job. So if you live in Vegas, you're in luck. Vinny Magalhaes teaches. He teaches over Syndicate. Feel free to go train with him there. You can also hit me up. I can reference other places that might be good to train depending on where you live. You should find some place close to where you live. If you don't live in Vegas, still hit me up. Guys, go find a guy like Vinny Magalhaes to learn from, and you're going to be safer. Go train a lot. Thanks.
Thanks,
Thanks, man.